6:45 p.m. Freshly done for work. Can't wait to go home, make cookies so I can finish the almost expired milk in my refrigerator. I finish doing my work notes, say goodbye to my coworkers as I leave to walk to my car. Looking both ways, I see nothing but the darkness of a cloudy sky mixed with the headlights of a stationary car with someone outside adjusting the tire pressure. I start walking to the other side of the street so I can get in and start the warm air on this cold night. Step by step, something doesn't feel right. It must be this cold air or the traffic on the way back to my house. But suddenly, those headlights that were blinding me before get darker, as they're overtaken by a new light approaching me at what felt like supersonic speed. As I turned to look, I immediately was face to face with a speeding car. Anyways, recently I had a very fun near-death experience of getting hit by a car at 30 miles an hour. And the thing people say where your life flashes before your eyes, yeah, that's just not true. Or I'm just too stupid to have that happen to me. Instead, after I got hit, I thought I was dead for 3 seconds until I moved my hands and realized I was still alive. Immediately afterwards, I got up and cussed out the driver who hit me for maybe 5 minutes straight of words and sentences I cannot describe or repeat here. After spending 19 or so hours in a hospital for a fractured tailbone, hole in my lung, and a bunch of other very unimportant details to the story, there was only one thought on my mind that entire time. Not the realization that I was a mere 2 feet away from death, but one question instead. How the fuck does adrenaline work, and why did it feel like I was fucking Superman after I got hit? Well, kids, that's what I'm here to explain to you all because I'm as confused as you all are. Adrenaline, also known as epinephrine, is a hormone and neurotransmitter produced by the adrenal glands. What the hell are adrenal glands? They're the fun little triangle things on top of your kidneys which do the whole hormone reaction thing to give you those adrenaline rushes. Bigger adrenal glands do actually indicate that you receive more hormones, including adrenaline. However, it is also typically caused by benign tumors with a medical name that sounds more like a prehistoric dinosaur. Hence, making another point that smaller is actually better. Anyways, adrenaline has many uses, most of which are for survival purposes and for being really nervous / scared about something, and typically lasts only within a few minutes but can occasionally be upwards to an hour. Have you ever had that feeling before a huge presentation in class or before a really big test where your heart rate is super high, you're shaking, you probably have a boner? Well, that's adrenaline. Well, definitely and unfortunately not that last part. You got boners in class because you were fucking horny, Jason. Cut that shit out with that nervous boner shit. That's just a myth. You didn't see me with a boner when I got hit by that fucking car. I mean, my nipples were hard for some reason, but that's besides the point. Adrenaline actually has the opposite effect on boners, since adrenaline forces the blood out of your digestive and reproductive organs to be used instead for your muscles and vital organs needed to survive. Anyways, yeah. The adrenaline is what causes the high heart rate and shaking feeling that you get when you're super nervous, but again, typically is used for survival. Like if you were to hypothetically get hit by a car or something and need to get up and cuss some lady out. Do you remember any of your caveman ancestors? Well, you're going to need to. I actually got this information from my caveman ancestor, and he told me that back in his day, basketball was a whole other sport with hand checking, no flopping, and no bitching to the refs, etc. He also told me that cavemen didn't have any tests to do or any public speaking. No emotional awareness whatsoever, actually. Basically, back in the Paleolithic era, cavemen only had one thing on their minds: smashing genitals into other genitals. What does this have to do with adrenaline? Well, being a caveman, you actually had lots of predators, and it's pretty hard to stick your greasy hog into a meat cave while getting torn to shreds by a fucking alligator. So adrenaline was designed through multiple stages of evolution / survival of the fittest to get you out of those situations by either A, fight, or B, flight. Basically, all these increase your attributes by 10 with natural temporary steroids to beat the predator's ass, or Increase your attributes by 10 with natural temporary steroids to run as fast as you can and far as possible. I don't know about you guys, but that kind of sounds like a bitch move to me. Huh, so basically throughout generations and generations of your family using adrenaline to get out of very bad situations that potentially could have killed them, you instead use adrenaline to be scared of bad grades and people listening to you present. People don't actually give a shit about you presenting. Being a high-profile businessman, the one question on my mind right now is, since adrenaline is basically just natural, immediate steroids, why can't I use it as steroids? It should be healthier, right? I could sell this as a healthy alternative to steroids and make fucking millions. Well, although adrenaline is a naturally occurring hormone, you don't want to overdose on this shit. The more adrenaline you have in your life, the more likely you are to have blood-related issues like high blood pressure, blood vessel damage, and higher risk of heart attacks and strokes. Definitely not advised to have adrenaline every day, no matter how amazing it feels or how much it makes you feel like a superhero. Although Trend basically does the same thing too, and people still do it, so yeah. Now, it would be one hell of a thing to make if you were a drug dealer, however. A natural drug that can make you very energetic, make you more confident to do what's deemed as impossible, increase your blood flow and heart rate, dilate your pupils, and no one likes needles, so let's put it in powder form while we're here and... Oh wait, that's basically just cocaine. Well, I also googled it and it turns out that liquid adrenaline is basically just what an EpiPen is. So next time I'm doing a PR in the gym, I'm pulling the Epi out, and I'm about to bench the whole fucking gym. Anyways, please just keep using creatine. That shit's awesome, and it won't kill you in 10 days, months, or years. Adrenaline is bad at times, Tren is bad even more times, and cocaine is always bad. Basically, just don't do drugs. Unless you need to. Or your body forces you to. Yeah. Anyways, class, thank you for your attention span today and watching this video.